In February 2026, posters started appearing across Toronto that signaled the end of an era. It wasn't an album announcement, and it wasn't a diss track. It was the launch of the OVO Afters Meal, a strategic partnership with McDonald's that officially transitioned Drake from a musician into a global franchise asset. While the internet was busy debating his place in hip-hop after the Kendrick feud, Drake was busy finalizing an evolution. He's no longer just a rapper. He's a diversified platform. In 2026, Drake is the first artist to realize that music is no longer the product. It's just the marketing for the real business. Today, we're dissecting the Drake pivot. We're breaking down the $400 million Universal deal that essentially made him a partner in the world's largest record label, the Stake.com partnership that reportedly pays him $50 million a week, and why his McDonald's deal is a masterclass in brand equity transformation. We're going to look at the cold, hard numbers behind his recent defamation lawsuit against UMG and why he's targeting CEO Lucian Grainge's emails. This isn't about a rap beef anymore. This is about $1 billion valuation. If you want to understand how the 1% of the 1% stay at the top when the culture tries to move on, you need to see how Drake is playing the game. Drake is no longer playing for hits. He's playing for the house. Let's look at the check that changed the industry. To understand Drake's 2026, you have to understand the UMG mega deal. In 2022, Drake signed a partnership with Universal Music Group rumored to be worth nearly $500 million. But by early 2026, the honeymoon period officially ended. Drake didn't just sue his label, he launched a full-scale legal assault on the very company that distributes his music. In February 2026, Drake's legal team filed a petition targeting the secret communications between UMG and Spotify. The claim? That the industry botted Kendrick Lamar's diss tracks to artificially inflate the numbers and devalue Drake's brand. In business terms, this isn't a rapper being salty, it's a shareholder dispute. Drake is a massive stakeholder in UMG, and he's claiming that his own partners conspired to tank his market cap. Why does this matter for his bottom line? Because Drake is no longer on a standard royalty deal. He's on an equity sharing model. This means if Drake's perceived cultural value drops, his entire net worth takes a hit. By suing UMG to see their secret emails, he's attempting to prove that his 2024 loss wasn't a market failure. It was corporate sabotage. If he wins, he doesn't just get a settlement. He potentially gets to exit his contract and take his entire catalog independent. If Drake goes independent in 2026, he becomes the most powerful free agent in the history of media. He would own 100% of his masters, 100% of his publishing, and 100% of his data. The UMG lawsuit is a high-stakes gamble to break the golden handcuffs. He's not fighting for a #1 song. He's fighting for total vertical integration. But music is only half the story. While he's fighting UMG in the courtroom, he's printing money in a completely different industry. Let's look at the Stake.com deal that is arguably paying for his entire legal team. While the music industry was debating his pen game, Drake was quietly perfecting a different game entirely. In 2026, Drake's partnership with Stake.com has evolved from a sponsorship into a global strategic alliance. It's rumored that Drake doesn't just get a flat fee, he's reportedly pulling in over $100 million a year just to be the face of the platform. This is what we call attention arbitrage. Stake isn't paying Drake to be a gambler. They are paying him for his distribution. Every time Drake goes live on Kick to drop $20 million on a single hand, he isn't just betting money, he's betting on his ability to convert his audience into depositors. In 2026, Drake is the world's most expensive high-ticket affiliate. He is essentially a human funnel, moving millions of Gen Z and millennial viewers into the crypto gambling ecosystem. The math is simple. One Spotify stream pays Drake roughly $0.004. One new depositor on Stake could be worth thousands of dollars in lifetime value to the company. Drake has realized that his music is the hook, but the payday is the high-margin gambling industry. In 2026, he is no longer waiting on a record label to cut him a check. He is his own bank, fueled by the $100 billion gambling market. But how do you keep a brand clean while promoting a crypto casino? You balance the vice with the mainstream. Let's look at how he's using the golden arches to protect his legacy. In February 2026, Drake pulled a move straight out of the Travis Scott playbook, but on a much larger scale. The OVO x McDonald's Afters Meal. This wasn't just a burger, it was a brand rehabilitation play. By partnering with the most family-friendly brand on earth, Drake effectively neutralized the Vegas villain image he's built with steak. Notice the strategy here: scarcity and integration. The Afters Meal featured custom black and gold packaging and a limited edition Night Owl toy that became an instant 1,000% markup item on resale markets like StockX. For McDonald's, it's a way to capture the late-night demographic. For Drake, it's a way to put his logo in front of millions of people who don't even listen to his music. He's moving from a niche subculture to a universal utility. But the real business move? The rumors of an OVO-branded virtual kitchen inside McDonald's locations. If this scales, Drake isn't just an endorser, he's essentially a co-owner of a digital franchise. In 2026, Drake is solving the rapper's dilemma, the fear that as you get older, your music becomes less relevant. His solution? Become a fast food icon. Burgers don't age out of the Billboard charts. This leads us to his most powerful weapon, the evergreen catalog. I'm going to show you why Drake is essentially a software company that never stops earning. While most rappers are as good as their last hit, Drake has turned his catalog into a SaaS product, software as a service. In 2026, his music functions like a recurring subscription. Even during his quiet months, his 15-year library of hits generates enough passive streaming revenue to fund his entire lifestyle. He doesn't need a new #1 song. He owns the soundtrack to the last decade of pop culture. This is the utility phase of a music career. Like Microsoft Office or Adobe, Drake's music has become a utility. It's the default music for the gym, the club, and the late-night drive. By owning the masters to this evergreen content, Drake has decoupled his income from his effort. He could never record another verse and still be one of the highest earners in the industry for the next 30 years. The final verdict? Drake isn't just a rapper anymore. He's a lifestyle conglomerate. From the $400 million boardroom wars with Universal to the neon-lit gambling streams on Kick and the McDonald's drive-thrus in Toronto, Drake has built a brand that is antifragile. The more the culture tries to move on, the more deeply he integrates himself into the commerce we use every day. He's the first artist to fully realize that in the 2026 attention economy, music is the marketing, but the platform is the payout. Whether he's the hero or the villain doesn't matter to the bottom line. As long as the night owls are still landing, the empire is expanding. But I want to know your take. Is Drake the smartest businessman in the game, or has he finally met his match in the UMG legal system? Drop a comment below.